update is up. Welcome back to another Bit Legends video, fellas. So, the first thing that you saw me do is open up the world map, and we have a new city, and that is what patch 1.0.2 is bringing to you, and a bunch of other things. We're also looking at the new minion, Notzilla, and we'll look at him a little bit later. But this is the new zone. Look at that beautiful mount over there. New zone. We're going to try to run through everything as quick as possible. I kind of covered a lot of this stuff in the update announcement, and if you want to read the stuff for yourself, the updates are in the Discord. But we're going to kind of run through everything, show everything, and then hopefully avoid any confusion on new stuff and help out new players and all that good stuff. But anywho, this is really my first time searching around the new area. I kind of like a change of pace. Ooh, I'm probably going to hang over here, honestly. Hang out by the beach a little bit, got a little palm tree going on. This is my jam right here. So I do like that change of pace. Cactus by the beach. Cactus by the beach. All right, what is this? But anyways, I'm digging it. I like a change of pace. I wasn't really a big fan of the other zone, to be honest. It's like, why am I in a parking lot? Like, what's going on there? I do think that they will probably add the NPCs here, because there are no NPCs. So if I want to go do refining, for example, I have to go back in world map and jump over. But anywho, let's see. And of course, they're going to add more. They're going to add more zones in the future. But let's see. Can I fish here? Is it going to take me down there where we were? That's what I'm thinking. Okay, yeah. So it takes me down there, but you know, it's like, I'm fishing next to a chain link fence. Like, what's the deal? What's going on here? I want something a little bit more lush. I know it's a post-apocalyptic world, but you know, hey. Anyways, it's small things. So, anyways, the desert city is there. There's also a feature called navigation. So I click in the bottom right corner. There you go. So if I want to go click on refine or click on something, like I said, none of these NPCs are here. So if I want to go and let's see, is there anything new to talk about? Let's go to the class. Let's say I want to click on class. None of these NPCs are in this town, so I have to go all the way back to the other town. So I think we'll see some updates there. Don't worry about that. But it is kind of cool. It'll navigate you and walk you right over there. And artist is new. We'll be talking about that in a second. So they were planning on removing a lot of these buttons. So if you wanted to exchange stuff or dismantle stuff, let me get a little drink over here. They were going to remove this from the interface, and then the only way to do it would be to go through navigation. However, I don't think players would want to lose a feature. You know, if I can go and click on an NPC and interact with them, you know, that's cool. But if I have the option to do it through the interface, I kind of want both. I don't want to lose it through the interface. I believe the goal was for them to clean up the interface, because we have a ton of buttons and they want to kind of clean that up just a little bit. However, at the moment, maybe that'll happen in the future, but at the moment, we have more buttons, and they have moved around a little bit, of course. But anywho, so keep your eye on navigation. It's pretty simple. You click on the button, it'll walk you right over to where you want to go. Straightforward. And I think I was kind of concerned that it would be more confusing new players, but I think there's a chance that this might actually help new players, because if you're a new player, you might not even know that the recycle guy, the monster recycle guy, exists. So maybe it will be helpful. So I'm trying to be optimistic there. There's a new cosmetic shop. So if you look right under the gems, you have the fashion store. And these are the cosmetics that we have seen previously offered in the pack store. I think it's just different organization, and you got devices and other stuff here and mounts and stuff like that. And then there is a new currency, so I click on the plus sign, take you down over here. So there's a new currency for that. Why do we need a separate currency for that? It is a really good question that some folks have asked. Maybe there will be events that'll give us this currency and we can use it on cosmetics and stuff, but that is my guess. But there you go, you can check it out, some crazy cosmetics and things there. Looking at the pack store, we still have some of this stuff, but I think in the future, all the cosmetics will be over there. Some players are wondering why didn't they just add like tabs onto the pack store, but I don't know. Maybe it's just a way to organize it that they like. But I'm definitely conscious that there's a lot of buttons on the user interface, man. There's a lot of buttons there. So I wonder if there will be a solution in the future. But anyway, all right, moving on. Claim all button from the Battle Pass. So under your gold, if you click on the Battle Pass star, you can now claim all. I've already done that because I finished my Battle Pass in like the first week or two. But hey, instead of clicking those, it was very monotonous. I'm very happy to have the claim all button right there. Easy peasy. Same thing if you click on your daily over here, there's a claim all button under the timer. So you don't have to click through all of your event rewards. Super nice. These devs are so focused on quality of life that usually other games ignore, because other games, they're typically driven by, every game needs to make money, I get that, but other games that I played, it's just everything's the shop. It's always, how would that increase our shop sales? How would that increase our shop sales constantly? And it just burns players out. And quality of life typically doesn't increase shop sales, but it makes your players happy. And if your player's happy, they play your game, and that increases your shop sales. So I'm very happy to see that. In recasting mounts, I actually have a video on this. When you recast mount, you can choose, let's click over here, to keep the old selection. So let's say, this mount is really good. I did a video rolling it. It might come out before or after this one, we'll see. But it's really good, and I don't want to just risk it. So if I go to reselect and I click on this, I can choose, do I want to keep the old one or the new one? In this case, obviously I want to keep the old one, so I'm going to click on quit. And hey, I keep my old mount and I continue rolling as much as I want. But I'll do more mount rolls in the future once I get all my refining where I want it. I should be able to get everything plus 10 soon, and then once I get it to like plus 15, I'll go back and do mounts. But awesome quality of life there. The cost does not increase each roll. Really good system. Players are definitely going to love that. And it takes the sting out of rolling your mounts, because RNG can be pretty rough. It took me 4 million gold to get to that mount from my previous mount. So really happy with that. Guild boss battles will display a counter. I'll be showing that in the future. I'm going to show my Guild Boss 5 battle here soon. I'm probably going to do that one on Sunday, and today is Thursday. So soon enough, I'll do another Guild Boss 5 battle. There's a handful of things I want to test in there. But yeah, so you'll have a countdown to the Enrage mode in Guild Boss. Items sold to black market will be storable resources, so there'll be consumables. I don't know if we have black market now. I don't see black market. So, okay. When you bought something from black market, you had to use the resources immediately. It went right into your resource pool. Now you'll be able to save resources and use them whenever you want, so you can still enjoy the sale of black market. And that's really good. That should increase black market sales. It's like if Tuesday they had really good black market stuff, but you're busy on Tuesday, you're going to miss out on that. So now you can just save those resources and do it on the weekends or whatever you want to do. You can play the way that you want to play, which is really important. Settings will be adjustable while in dungeons. It's basically how you see it. I'm not going to jump into a dungeon right now, but you can adjust your settings in there. I've tested that. It works. It's awesome. And ability to enter a player's in-game name opening their character for viewing. Haven't tested this yet. I don't know if this is the command. What's the command? Well, when I figure out what the command is, I'll be showing that off. But the idea is you'll type a command in chat most likely, and then it'll pull up a character's page that shows just their gear that they're wearing. It probably won't show their inventory and stuff like that. But there you go. That would be pretty cool. Good way to view people that aren't on the leaderboards, because right now it is not possible to do that. Okay, so energy cost for elimination. Let's go look down here. Click on elimination at the bottom of the screen. And if I want to click, how do I do this again? It's been so long. Start. There you go. It used to cost 30 energy. Now it costs 1. So you can run that whenever you feel like it. Or you can save it up until you need the resources. If I click on reset, as long as I don't click confirm, it's fine. It'll show me I have 65 tickets here that I get through. I wonder if Elimination is ever going to be added into an event, because some events will say do 200 raids. I wonder if a future event will say do 100 eliminations. So this was actually an idea brought to me by a Chinese 6'9", and I think what I'm going to do is, unless I need the material soon, which I don't, I will just sit on these and hope for an elimination event to happen. Then I'll do them all there and hopefully profit. Number 15, new monster fusion, not Zilla. So let's look at the monsters now. The Raid 9 is now out. And let's start off with the big one. Let's start off with big old Notzilla. Boom, easy to find. Right now there is a text bug. When you get the blueprint for this, it'll say Nora, N-O-R-R-A, but it is Notzilla. And I got it on my first raid run in Raid 9, so no big deal there, but let's click on here. First things first, taking a look at his stats, that is a ton of attack stat. That's a healthy amount of stamina, that's what I kind of want my minions to be around, and super low speed. So let's look at his skills. Actually, let's try to see if I can move him out of the way, make him like duck or something, so we can see his bonuses. So 50% damage, 100% crit damage. All right, awesome. First attack is going to be attack closest enemy, and his crit chance increases by 50 because he can't use his crit damage unless he has crit. Also, augments are supposed to be coming out, I think, next month. I don't know. It was announced. It was announced a while ago. So you should be able to itemize these guys and possibly put crit on them. So a minion like this with crit on him or maybe speed on him could be very devastating. But anyways, first attack, and also cold damage, 50% crit. Next attack, cold damage. Why is it a different color? Whatever. Basically, attack all. This gains a 400% crit damage bonus with a 50% crit rate. So we're seeing similar skills to, it's very similar to Sword God, but the stats are reversed. So instead of her having super low attack and super high speed, this guy's the opposite. And then you have Shoulder Laser, attack to the closest enemies, crit damage and crit rate, Trample, I like it, furthest enemy, and 650 crit damage with a 50% crit rate. And then over here, Super Flash, 3,000 crit damage, crit rate increases by 50%. So I think his crit rates are actually better than Sword God, because Sword God is like 60, 50, 30, 25 for her crit rate on her skills. She might have more crit damage, I'm not sure, but I'm very interested to use this guy. We'll look at the recipe in a second. The stats do make him pretty difficult. If he gets reflected, obviously he's gone. I'm very curious how he's going to do in Guild Boss. I'm not a big fan of low speed minions. I haven't had a great time with them anywhere other than Guild Boss. The Guild Boss battle is so long that they're able to even out, and it typically works out. And the Guild Bosses don't have reflect. So if you're looking for a guy for Guild Boss, there you go. And also, it looks amazing. But let's go and look at his recipes. Let's click on fusions, legendary, and then let's go find this boy. What I don't like is once you've caught the minion, you should have the silhouette unlocked. I don't like when you spend the minion that you lose the silhouette. That's a little bit annoying. I hope that's changed, but it's pretty small in the scheme of things. Doop. Where are we going? There it is. Okay. There's only one of these I don't have. What is that? Is that Sanctify? Oh, there's a couple of them I don't have. Are these new? And get blueprints? What is that? Oh, that's how you see where it is. Okay, they changed it a little bit. All right, anyway, so Notzilla, we saw him. Golden Rex is from the Gacha. I think Golden Rex is now in Raid 9. I believe he's in Raid 9. We'll check on that. Minotaur is in Raid 8. A lot of people have a bunch of these, and they're very happy to find a place to use them. And then Thunder Beast. I actually have one of those. So I'll definitely make one of these at least. One of these days I'll catch a Minotaur, and then I'll be in Raid 9 doing this. So not too bad there. Let's go back to the minions, because we're going to see the minions for the raid, if I can find them. Okay, so In Raid 9, which we'll talk about soon, Mirage is one of the guys that you can fight. Closest enemy, random enemy, random enemy. And then Devil Beam, Demon Angel. So his name changes there. This guy actually looks really cool. He kind of looks like Bastion, like a more anime version of Bastion. There's his stats. Closest enemy, target enemy. So that is going to be, and that is a really high multiplier. 400 to 500. That's going to hurt. Is there anything else I need? And then what is, let's see. I need to find Golden Rex. Yep. Gold Rex. I believe he is in Raid 9. He might be on the Raid 9 picture. 3 random enemies. Target enemy. He can heal. He's got nearest. So what you should have picked up from this is that there is a ton of random attacks and there's a couple target attacks. Now let's go down here and hey, I caught one of them already. These are the guys, these are the epic trash mobs that you're going to find in Raid 9. Closest enemy, 3 random enemies. Closest enemy, 3 random, 2 random. And then here, all enemies, random enemy. I thought that somebody had strike. Did I miss that they had strike? So anyways, the moral of the story is the same thing. They have a ton of... I'm trying to move him out of the way, but it's not happening. Maybe he has strike? They have a ton of attack random. This guy has smite. Maybe he's smiting people. And anyways, so going to the Raid 9, I'm not a big fan of attack random. Players don't like it because it just feels like RNG, and there's really no counterplay to it. You could bring more tanks, you could bring 2 or 3 tanks, and that would decrease the chance of the attack random hitting your DPS player because you have more tanks there. But there's nothing really active that players can do to counter attack random right now because redirect is not in the game. There's no talents that really do anything about it. So it just doesn't feel great. Players always kind of have that just like, it feels cheap. It feels like the game cheating a little bit. It's like, okay, random. And attack target kind of works the same way. Nothing you can do because redirect doesn't exist in the game. And of course, they're still working on redirect, but I haven't heard any progress there, so we're just going to continue operating. Also, Golden Rex is here on the page, so that you're going to be able to catch him in here. And he's probably the rare goblin. You do see two raid bosses here, which is really cool, and they're also showing off the set cosmetics, which look amazing. The white set just looks crazy good. I'll start clicking on the gear here in a second. Let's get back into the other updates. 60% reduction in the amount of gold needed to exchange materials. We'll jump back into raid in a second. I'm just going to go through these in the order that they are presented. That means here, these used to cost 10K to convert, and now it costs 4K, so that's a pretty good move in the right direction. That's going to help free-to-plays a ton because converting greens to blue, blue to purple, and purple to legendary is really important. I'm probably going to convert all my stuff to purple and then do a bunch of amplifier rolls in the future whenever I'm got enough gold to handle that. So that is probably the play that I'm going to make. Guild Boss 5 no longer drops set. Let's go click on Guild. Show you guys the auction because I'm sure you guys like seeing it. That's the helmet that I'm going to be getting pretty soon. And then everybody's going to start claiming on that stuff. And then auction history. It's been a good week, man. It's been a good week. We've got a lot of loot. Anyways, what were we doing? Go to Guild Boss, click on Guild Boss 5, and we're going to click on the stars on the health bar. So Deus Ex Machina, they changed his name. I think it's a better name. I like it. It's kind of fitting, honestly. We're going to click on the star, and this never had any set pieces in it, I don't think. Maybe it did. I don't think it did. But these items are so good that once your guild is clearing Guild Boss 5 and actually getting drops from it, you have access to a ton of Guild Boss set pieces because you can clear Guild Boss 1 through 4 5 times if you're using all your resets. So the demand for sets goes down, and you really just want these items. I clicked on the other star. This is what's supposed to drop at 30%. Wait, did they just... So I have helmets in there, and I have helmets in here. So they have the same drop table now. Before, you couldn't get helmets and main hand weapons and like something else and back pieces. You could only get those at the 30%. Now they've mixed it all together, and we're going to click on the chest underneath, and so it's all the same. So apparently you can get any of the mythics from 60%, 30%, or from the boss kill. And remember, you get one loot at 60%, one loot at 30%, and 4 more pieces, making 6 total pieces when you kill the thing. I'm pretty confident that we should be able to get it to 30% this week. That's going to be super difficult, but we'll see. We got it to like 50% last week, and we were kind of screwing around testing stuff and whatnot, so subtle flex there. And since I'm here, let's talk about Guild Boss 4. This is the 5th wave of Guild Boss 4. This is the 5th wave, and that's the maximum amount of times that you can reset it. I know some of you guys like to follow the Unity progress, so if you see a 20, they probably had a disconnect, so that one attack, it won't count. But these are the people that are still remaining to attack. Dino, Notlock, Bop, Bashir, Move, 9, Sempak, Smoking. This is plenty of attacks. We're going to get through this. And just to prove that it is the last one, I'm going to click on the reset button. I'm going to click on the reset button, and it says you can no longer reset guild bosses this week. So if you remember, you can reset it 4 times. That'll give you 5 total waves. The cost per reset is 30 points, 40 points, 50 points, and 60 points. If you cannot kill Guild Boss 4 with the final wave, I really suggest not doing it. So if you're not confident that you can kill the final Guild Boss, you should not do the final reset. It's very expensive. You're going to lose points. Even if we kill all the bosses in here, we're going to lose 5 points, which is fine because we have a bunch of points saved up, but we're going to lose 5 points each time we do all 4 resets and kill all 5 waves. But we just have enough points here that we can do it for a long time. And what else you can do with your points? So there you go. Guild Boss 5 no longer drops. Okay, and set bonuses for the Defender set. Let's just click on myself right quick. They have changed it. So this used to be restore 12% of missing hit points per turn. That was bad for a couple of reasons. One, tanks don't have a lot of speed. They don't get a lot of turns. So that's not a lot of value. Also, it was of missing hit points. So it wasn't heal for 12% of your health every turn. It was 12% of missing hit points every turn. So if you have 1% health, you're getting around 12. But if you have 50% health, you're getting 6% per turn, which is nothing. This is a 5-piece set bonus. It's got to be juicy. So it has been changed to when attacked, a teammate whose SP is not full will get 3 SP. Now, there's one question. I think I wasn't clear. And actually, let me see if it got answered real quick. Yeah, so this is 3 SP. I thought it was 3 pips of SP. I'm going to test this. This might actually not be good. If it's 3 SP, which is it takes 10 SP to get a pip and the cap is 40 SP, I don't think that this will be good enough to matter. I thought it was supposed to be 3 pips of SP. So like anything, it needs testing. I'll continue giving feedback and whatnot. But if it's just 3 pips, tanks are not getting hit enough for this to do anything. In raids, even in raid 9, I'm still not getting hit by trash because the trash dies. And when I fight the boss, I'm getting hit 1, 2, maybe 3 times. So that's not going to be... yeah. I went from very excited to this to not very excited to this. So either way, if this doesn't work out well, I'll probably go back to getting the raid helmet here and the raid piece there, and that'll get me 35% health percentage, or I'll use the Guild Boss 5 mythics. I'll probably do Guild Boss 5 mythics instead of the raid set bonus. But we'll see. We'll figure it out. Yeah, he just said it's 3 SP, not 3 pips. Oh, that feels bad. But anywho's, let's finish the updates. We can talk about that later. Raid 9 will produce a total of 7 kinds of sets. Let's go back to Raid 9. So if we look at Raid 1, all of these will be available. All the sets from Raid 1 to Raid 5 will be available in Raid 9. They have changed some of the bonuses. They have changed, like for example, this isn't 100% crit damage anymore. It's 15% crit chance, and it's like 30% cold damage, which might actually still be really good for a cold build. But keep in mind, these are different, so I'm not going to go through all of them. But, and of course they're changed, so you can't really tell. When we get these things figured out, we will post them up in the archives channel, because of course they are changed. But so anyways, Raid 1 through 5 will be available at quality 9 total stats. And then there's 2 new sets. So you have the tank set, which is Demon, and pretty good bonuses here. Elemental resistance is really good as far as I know. I keep talking about how I'm gonna get the math for the tank stuff just to be certain, but I believe it works very similar to damage mitigation, because basically everything in the game is elemental. There's very, very few physical stuff. So this is almost interchangeable with damage mitigation, and it should stack. And then block, 30% block, that's pretty juicy. I think the guild boss 3-piece is 15% block, right? Yeah, the guild boss set is giving you 15% block, and then the Raid 9 set is giving you 30% block for the 3% bonus. That's a little bit messed up. But anyways, and then here, at the start of each turn, get 25% of lost hit points restored. So I talked about this with the old Defender bonus. It was 12%. Now this is beefed up to 25%. This might be big enough to make it work. We'll see. I think it might be juicy enough. And I know not every tank in the world is going to run super low agility. So they might get some value there. But the question, the problem here, the question here is, if you look at all of the actual item bonuses, it's all offensive. None of the tank items, and these are all mixed up, so I'll have to click through all of them. Yeah, none of the tank items have defensive bonuses. So this is a hybrid set, and I'll let you guys, say what you think about that. Some people like that, some people don't. We'll see. We'll see. Personally, for me, I really, really want the cosmetics, but I don't need, I don't need, and are the cosmetics all mixed up? Because sometimes the black one is the tank, and sometimes the black one is the, I don't know, it's kind of mixed up. I'm confused. But anyways, I don't really need 10% damage on the tank. My job is to stay alive. So I think there will be a place for hybrids. You could put a tank in the front slot and then a hybrid in the second slot in this raid. But instead of going through everything, I'd say just click on it, go through it on your own. As far as DPS stuff, 35% EM damage. The weapon is a spear. If I can find it, where are you? I really wish they would organize it. Which one of these looks like a spear to you? Backpack. Bruh. Sub-weapon. Necklace. Am I seriously getting in trouble right now? Armor. Main weapon. I thought this was a necklace. Good God, that took me forever. This has been confirmed that it is EM damage, which you would hope because it's got EM damage on the item and here as well. 12% smite, that's pretty juicy. I do think Artist has a lot of smite stuff. I haven't looked at Artist yet, and I'll do that in a separate video. At beginning of each round, 100% probability of recovering 5 SP, so that's half a pip. So, there you go. I think the DPS set is worth being excited about. I'm very happy. I think it's going to be very possible for players to have varieties of gear. Not everybody can do the best in slot. Not everybody wants to do the best in slot. You might get, for example, the rank 9 version of Deep Space, and you might have a great time with that. You might enjoy the Gatling gun. You might enjoy the bonuses and so on. So we're going to see a lot of variety, not everybody using the same stuff, which is really, really good for the game. Engineer, which I don't know. Can I show other talents without changing my talents? But engineer has been changed a little bit. Can I preview? It just says choose. It doesn't allow me to preview. I'm going to show the new talents. I need to make all new talent pictures for all the new classes because there have been updates. And then, of course, I need to do artists as well. So I'll do that in the future. But NG lost a 2.5% reflect talent and got a 40% crit damage talent instead. NG also lost a 5% dodge talent and got a 5% crit talent. Getting crit and crit damage in there is great, but I think that is significant enough to completely neuter NG tank builds. So there have been some reworks suggested there, and I'm not a big fan of that one. I'm not a big fan. I feel like there's space that could be made to keep both those talents. And it makes sense to make the NG DPS viable, but you don't have to kill the NG tank to do it. There was a very viable theory crafted build that was an NG speed tank that was tanky enough to survive, but you're getting enough attacks off and you're giving your team SP, which could be very, very strong. But if you're losing your reflect and your dodge, man, that's pretty rough. And the NG tanks are not. There's nothing else for NGs to really put their points in. So NG tanks are very confused right now. And the last thing is there is in the settings, which I'm not going to show right now, there is a setting to turn off the combat animations. So you can do that, and that'll make things faster. Hey, looks like somebody killed a guild boss. Let's go see what is in there. I know this is a super long video. I appreciate you guys for watching. I will show you what is in the guild boss, and I'm going to follow up on some of these questions I've been bringing up. Of course. Hey, we got a pistol. There you go. Of course, a mythic item. I got to say, if the guild boss 4 change didn't happen, we would probably have 3, maybe 2, maybe 3 set pieces over the past 2 weeks if the guild boss 4 change didn't happen. So we're very lucky for that to happen. But anyways, all right, boys. Appreciate you guys for watching. Heads up, I got to do a video on the Raid 9. I'll do a little guide through there. I know we talked about minions here. And then I'll talk about artist and the other stuff. As always, appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.